Okay, so we're going to start here with the beginning, after the intro of the rhythm progression that we've already learned. We're going to start doing this. We're going to solo over the B major section, and that B major section is going to last 2 times through. So we're going to repeat that B major section twice, and this is the soloing that is going to go over that. So we start with this melody. All right, so all we have there is the 4th fret followed by the 5th fret, and then you pick the 5 again and slide it to 7. Then pick the 7 and slide it to 9. Come back down and play 7 and 5. This is all in the 2nd string. So we have this. Now you can see what I did at 7 and 5 is a little bit staccato. So just kind of release the pressure after you pick the note. And then go 4, 5. And then reach over to the 3rd string on the 4th fret and slide it up to the 6th. Slide from 4 to 6. So the whole thing. Then we have a little bit of a backward slide from where we just slid to. We're going to pick it and quickly slide back to the 4 to start the next phrase, which is this. So just sliding from 6 to 4 on the 3rd string to start it. Then grab 6. And then slide up to 8 with that 3rd finger. Then pick 8 and slide up to 9. And then 8, 6, back down to 8 with your 3rd finger, and then 6. And then come over to the 4th string and slide down to 4 with your 1st finger. So we have this. Now from here, we just do a couple of muted 4s on that 4th string. And then come over and hit the 4 with vibrato on the 3rd string. And then do it again, but this time when you pick 4, slide it up to 6. Then pick that again and slide from 6 to 8 and back down to 4. I'm sorry, back down to 6. So it's just slide to 6, 8, back down to 6. And then we're going to end the phrase. And that is kind of starting it on the 4th fret on the 3rd string, and then come over to the 4th fret on the 2nd string. 5, 4, 7. And then slide into the 9. You might want to, with your 3rd finger maybe, you slide into that 9. And when you get to that 9, you're going to pull it off 7 and then slide that all the way down the scale. So we're going to go, after you slid to the 9, pull off, slide down to 7. I'm sorry, slide down to 5. Then 4, then 2, so we got this. You might want to help it with that last, just sliding down to the 2 if you pick it again. And then we're going to slide downward to the 4 on the 3rd string. A real quick little slider into it. Kind of a grace note. So the whole phrase there. Okay, so that was the end of the first group of 4 of B major progression. So the whole thing was a Now we're going to start the second time through the B major chord progression, and we have this. All right, a little quick lick in there. It's just sliding from that, just like we did at the beginning of the song. Just a little bit different phrasing. 4, 5, slide to 7, then slide to 9. Okay, then come over and pick 7 at the first string twice, staccato, and then come back over to the 9th fret on the 2nd string, pick it and slide up to 11. All right, and the little fast lick is really not that hard to get around. It's just, we have 9 on the first string, and then 12 on the 2nd string. And you're gonna do that twice, or with your 1st and 3rd, 1st and 4th, whatever you want. And the way you want to pick that is an upstroke on the 1st string and a downstroke on the 2nd string. And do that over and over again. So you're always go picking in the direction that the next string you're gonna pick. And then when you come back after those 4 notes, you come back to the 9 on the 1st string and go 9, 11, 12, and then slide into, pick 12 again and slide into 14. Just complete alternate picking. Basically, you're going to start this first note with an upstroke and alternate pick from there. Then you're going to pick 14 again and pull off to 11 on the 1st string, and then come over and grab 14 on the 3rd, on the 2nd string at the 14th fret with your 3rd finger. And then pick 14 again on that 2nd string and do a whole step bend. Then hop up to the 18th fret here with your 3rd finger and do a half step pre-bend. I actually play this phrase real quick for you. All right. So that's a half step pre-bend. So go ahead and have the bend with your 3rd finger on the 1st string at the 18th fret. Pick it and release it. Then pick 16 with your 1st finger on the 1st string as well. Then 19 on the 2nd string. And then you're going to pick 18, a little bit of vibrato on it on the 1st string with your 2nd finger. Back down to that 19 on the 2nd string. And then back to the 16 on the 1st, and kill it. So it goes. Then we have a big bend at the 19th fret, up a whole step. That was a bending up a whole step, and then releasing it and picking it normal. So we get this. Just some vibrato on it, and then shift your 3rd finger over to the 17th fret on the 2nd string and do a whole step bend there. On the recording and in the performance, you can kind of dig in and get a harmonic off of it or whatever. Just all right, then we have this cool little lick, this little chromatic thing. And all I'm doing there is you have 1 finger at each fret on the 1st string, 13, 14, 15, 16. And you're going to have them all down, and you're going to pick, so it's at the pick into 16, and pulling off to each one all the way down to the 1st finger. Then when you get to that 1st finger, slide it down to 12, and then slide it down to 11. And you want to kind of hear each one of those notes, even during the slide. So it goes. And then after you're at the 11th, you can use your pinky at the 14 on the 1st string. And then come back down. We have the 12 with your 2nd finger pulled off to 11. And then land on the 14 on the 2nd string with your 3rd finger. Pretty cool little lick. Then we gotta hop up here. We're gonna have another pre-bend here. We're gonna pick the 19th fret and then pre-bend the 18th fret on the 3rd string up a whole step. So we got this, and release it. So that 19 was on the 1st string, and this note's on the 3rd string because it's a little bit difficult to get. Okay, so after that, then you're sitting here with your 3rd finger here on the 18th fret. Take your pinky, move it back on that 1st string, and move it back to the 18th fret. So you just go 18, pick that as an upstroke, and then pick that note that you were just at again on the 3rd string at the 18th there. So we have this. And then do a roll with your 1st finger across the 16th fret from the 1st string to the 3rd string. So we have this. And then you're going to end this phrase with a whole step at the bend of the 19th fret on the 2nd string. Release it and pick it at the bottom of the bend, at the bottom of the release. So it goes. All right, and that takes us through both of the first 2 B major sections, and up next we have the B minor section.